Okay, so one thing I want to start off with is why does your opinion
recording?
trump over any other people's opinion?
Right. So do you believe that there is a truth out there?
Everything is subjective, but there is a right or wrong morally, especially when you're in a cultured society that is based off a set of standards and norms that we act on and we act as.
So everything is subjective. So is it objectively true you and I are having a conversation right now?
Yes.
So that's not subjective. Not everything is subjective.
So why do you believe morals?
Right? So something is objective.
Yes, but why do you believe your subjective opinion
gonna get
trumps
there.
over other people's
Right.
opinion?
Well,
I'm
let me
gonna
ask
get
you another
there.
question. I'll tell you. I will
No,
answer.
please don't interrupt me. No, let me finish my sentence. I do not want to hear it. You think
Wow.
your opinion is over other people's opinions. You think you were right subjectively.
Okay.
What is right or wrong?
Okay. Is murder wrong?
Yes, of course.
Well, then abortion should
Not
be
in
illegal.
every case.
Answer to question.
What constitutes a human? What is a human?
Deoxyribonucleic acid and conception.
But to me, a
forming.
human would be someone with a consciousness who is alive in this world.
Well,
To
guess
you,
what? You're wrong. So
but
that's
no,
fine.
you're wrong because I think that's right.
So bringing somebody with being able to provide for them ain't kind of the same as kind of killing them.
Wait, what?
Bringing in a human to this world, but not being able to provide for them, ain't that kind of the same as kind of killing them?
I don't think killing them because they're still breathing.
By you not providing.
I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that.
And you think that's
Prove
right.
me. Prove it wrong.
What constitutes a human being? What is the
So if
definition
you
of a
take
human
DNA
being?
and
The creation of DNA that will never exist again, and a soul goes into that moment. I don't expect you guys.
What's a soul?
A soul?
What's a soul?
What is a soul?
What is a soul?
The eternal, indistinguishable, let's just say, non-visible being of your existence.
I don't believe that. I don't
Wow.
believe anything
I'm
is
sorry-
eternal.
I'm sorry you don't believe it.
that does not make yours okay.
Yeah, your
Hold on a second.
opinion isn't
At
like
some,
over
here's the thing.
mine.
At some point, somebody's truth has to win. Because guess what? Your
In
truth is
death.
your truth doesn't matter.
But
That's
guess
still
what?
a truth
You've had
claim.
your truth in this country for the past thousands of decades. You're
Thousands of
not
decades.
thousands. Whatever. My bad. That's a little embarrassing. But like your truth has been the narrative of this country forever.
Has
and
it?
you think
Roe
yes,
versus
the
Wade
white
just
straight
got
male truth-
repealed. Abortion was legal in this country for 40 years.
And before the 40 years, what was
And
it?
crime dropped
Thankfully illegal in
40%
most
after it
And
went.
on top of that, do you
Oh
not
wait, hold
think-
on. Do you think abortion lowers crime rates?
Crime dropped
100%.
40% after abortion became
Why,
legal.
why is that the case?
It's called a statistic.
Who has the most abortions in America?
He said, "Do abortion lower crime rate?" Could be possible.
Because there's no potential murder. Those potential murderers aren't on this.
No, like, see there, I think she got a point. Poor people have a lot of kids. Those kids grew up with no father, with not a stable home. Mom might be always working. Father might be always working. So they don't grow up stable home. So what they're gonna do? Be on the street. If they're on the street, they're gonna get with what? Some bad people. So crime is on that area is gonna do what?
Go up.
Go
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
America?
Woman.
Black people. Is that so? Are you trying to say the termination of blacks in the womb lower crime?
So they're on her side.
That's a very racist argument.
That is not a
Okay.
You know blacks have 45% of the
Oh my gosh.
The blacks.
Is he flicking them off? Yeah.
Sir, that's a leading question. Sir, that's a leading question.
You guys can come up and talk if you want. Yeah, it's 95 degrees out here, man. So, yes, sir. No, you're the racist. You're the says that abortion lowers crime rates and blacks have the most abortions in the country. Yes.
Wow.
Not name calling. Wait, is it not Black Lives Matter or is it African American Lives Matter? Both. Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was BLM, so I say blacks. Okay.
Well, that shit has a point.
Okay,
Good point.
Do you believe that you have some sort of privilege that skews your view on other people's lives? Because personally, I don't believe you could step in my shoes as a black woman and relate and understand the things. So I feel like it's not fair for you to choose what I get to do with my life because I'm a black woman in a white society.
What does being black have to do with truth?
Because there are different things that we experience,
Like what?
and my truth might not be like
What, did you get into college easier than I do?
What?
Yes, you get jobs and internships that white kids don't get.
Oh, poor
Nowadays,
white
yeah.
people.
You have entire movements dedicated to your race.
We're so like.
Yeah.
Sir, do you remember the
Those movements are to get rights. You're crazy.
Shut her up. Not yet.
Of course racism exists. The Democrat Party is still alive and well.
Do you think people are racist?
All the time. All the time. Affirmative action is racism against white people. Yes.
And Asians as well.
And Asians, that's right.
So I do have a question in that sense. If affirmative action is racism, why are most colleges predominantly white?
Why are they most predominantly white?
Why are most colleges, public colleges...
Because you can't make other races go to college.
We're a
You gotta
majority
go.
white country. You realize that, right? So colleges are the depiction of the nation.
There's more white people than black people.
And actually, blacks on campus are disproportionate more than their population in certain areas, in certain campuses, than their population because of affirmative action.
In HBCUs? Is that what
Certain
you're talking
campuses.
about? Are you talking about HBCUs?
So, but let me just ask a more broad philosophical question. Why does skin color matter at all? Why should we care about it?
Because of the society we live in.
Wait, hold on.
Because of the
But
society
no.
You're dismissing anything that has ever happened to someone of color
Let me ask
by
you a
saying
question.
that.
What can you do, or what can I do that you can't do? What
How
law?
affirmative action works. Explain how
Affirmative action is lowering of test standards and quota for a
You're
quota.
an idiot.
No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna tell you
It's
how
the way
it
it works.
I'm gonna tell you how it works. 'cause I
Yeah, it's the way it works. I'm not going to entertain fallacies. Tell me,
You won't
why?
entertain me because I.
Just let him
Why?
talk. We have to hear your fallacies.
Why does skin color matter?
I believe skin color matters because of the society
not
we
being
are
respectful.
in.
Should not matter,
Yes,
but
it goes into critical race theory.
skin color should not matter.
It shouldn't.
Race is a factor. If from the beginning of time, race wasn't a factor.
So this is going back to what we discussed earlier. The whole society thing and basically the ancestors went through this, so black people have to be treated a certain way.
Because their
Blah, blah,
ancestor
blah.
went through something.
Yeah. But like he's saying, like what does skin color matter? Like what does it matter? Like you can't sit here and force a black person to go to college. You have to want to go to college to actually go. So how is that anybody else's fault that most colleges are primarily white?
Her excuse could be, oh, the government is oppressing black people.
They're what?
Oppressing black people.
What's that mean? Oppressing? Suppressing?
Yeah, so suppressing black people.
Why would they suppress them?
I mean,
So they
that's
can't go to college?
supposedly that's could be her excuse.
I mean, what happens when
They,
you come and you pay cash? You can't deny them.
Yeah,
Which
but
is a
if
good
you
reason, right?
grew up in the ghetto, you don't have no source of income. You don't have no help.
Yeah, but usually when you fill out applications, like for instance, like if we were to apply to get a house, we would get like extra help because you're Hispanic and I'm part black. I'm African American. So we as us having that in like that's who we are, we would be getting additional help versus if a white person were to apply, they want to get that benefit.
Yeah, but my ancestor that was slave.
Wait, say it again. I was coughing.
My ancestor that was slave.
Okay.
So if we don't get that help, you're being racist.
No, I mean,
I mean that's the blacks mentality.
no. Because if they didn't even have that, how would they bring that up if that wasn't even a thing?
Have what?
If you like, I'm primarily using the getting a loan for the house, like getting a house.
I don't know. Just People just trying to live on that victim mentality, and
Right. And
they
this is
just-
why I'm saying I feel like black people feel entitled, especially when this whole Black Lives Matter movement started. I feel like black people,
yeah, more entitled.
yeah, they think they have to be held to a higher pedestal. Like, why can't we all change the way we think? And I'm sorry that, you know, what our ancestors went through, they went through it. But, you know, if they didn't go through that, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
That's just black people, Hispanic, Asian.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
So
if
basically, black people
everybody
open
changed,
the door for everybody. Of course, Asian put in the work. Everybody put in the work.
yeah,
But black people put in most of the work. But
but by them being here, being bitter and acting the way that they're acting, like that's terrible. You should be proud. I don't want to say proud, but you know, black people in the past, like they've gone through what they went through. It is what it is. You can't change the past, but you can work towards a better future. So like I said before, if everybody changed their mindset, especially black people, and quit trying to feel so entitled. I'm just tired of this whole, you know,
my ancestor, they went through
Right,
this. So now we feel entitled to do this. No.
yeah.
I have a dream.
Someone has to, you
Own
know,
up to their mistakes.
be the bigger person and take the initiative to want to change. But y'all can't be coming out here expecting this and talking to people a certain way, and it just makes me so mad.
Should be better.
Yeah. There's a lot of hate in this world.
I don't think we know when you go to like a job and you be filling up, are you black?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, African American, Hispanic, from India.
I click other. And put
You
mixed.
click other?
Yeah, I always pick other, and I type in mixed.
I think black, African American, and American shouldn't be American. That's it. So it should be American, Hispanic, not Hispanic American, just Hispanic.
But why?
If you're Hispanic American, you just American.
Because
Period.
American isn't a race.
American is people that are from here and born
Right, but that's not
here.
a race. You can be black and be from America.
But you still American. So it should not
That's
be
not-
white and black. It should just be American.
It's Caucasian and African
It
American.
should not be Caucasian and African
But
American.
why? Those
It
are
should just,
they're races.
that's what I'm saying.
So that's pretty much you saying that instead of sitting here saying Hispanic, it should be
Should not be a
Dominican-
race thing. It should just
Dominican
be
Republic.
a country thing.
why?
If you go to another country, are you gonna say you African American, or you gonna say you American?
But there's white people that are born and raised in Africa, but they're white.
But since they are born over there, they are African. But if you are born in America, you're just an American. That's it.
So basically, you don't want to go off a race; you just want to go off a country.
Exactly. That's it. That's how it should be everywhere. If you're applying to a job, what are you? American. That's it. Could be black, white, yellow, pink, do not matter.
I get what you're
You
saying.
are an American. That's it. Because at the end of the day, a white Caucasian, African American has the same they can go to whatever level they're trying to be at. There's a lot of black millionaires, a lot of white millionaires. But now,
I get what you're saying.
being able to separate them because one is white, one is black, nah.
Yeah.
They should both be American. That's it. If they both have the same privileges, they should only be American.
Yeah.
So when you go fill job application, no, American, Hispanic, Asian, whatever other country you come from. If I come from one country, yeah, if they want to know, yeah, I come from this country, Hispanic. But if I was born here, do not matter my color, I'm an American.
I get what you're saying.
And there was never anybody who was oppressed because of their race, I feel like it would not play a part in anything that we do. But because literally less.
Charlie,
They were interrupting you. I was.
You believe on black crime?
Do I believe in black on black crime? Yeah, it's abundant.
Explain, please.
Yeah, it's the number one cause of death in many black
A lot
communities.
of black on black crime, black white on white crimes, Hispanic on Hispanic crimes.
So back to our previous argument that was
Yeah.
interrupted. So in the sense of what, like I was saying, you don't believe like because of the history and because races have been oppressed, you don't believe like race plays a part in things, and you don't believe like.
No, that's not true. No. So, do you know who Thomas Sowell is? You know who Thomas Sowell is?
No.
I really encourage you to look. Thomas Sowell's great. He's one of the best black economists of the 20th century. Grew up in Harlem, and he's done the best research in the 1940s, 1950s, and 60s black community. And
We got a white person schooling you.
his argument is that
I said we got a white person schooling you about a black man.
despite discrimination. Yes. Now, the one part that I would agree with,
But however, it's not the black community as a whole; it's Harlem black community.
there's Chicago too, but let's pretend you're right, okay? The one
Let's
argument
pretend you're
that I
right.
agree with, and I'm against systemic racism arguments. The one that I would say, you know what, there was something very wrong is when Democrat Lyndon Baines Johnson came in and destroyed the black nuclear family. If there was one part where I could say, you know what, that was unjust and that has to be undone, it's when Lyndon Baines Johnson went in through the Great Society program with the intent to destroy the black nuclear family.
Okay. So in that sense, do you believe the
She's
war
itching to speak.
Or do
Not
you
really.
believe
It's
the
very,
war on
very
drugs?
Well,
respectful.
I mean, I believe we should be very harsh on drugs, but I think I would give some merit to the argument of some government agencies peddling cocaine in the inner cities. There is evidence to show that. I'm not going to debate it. Do I think it has so for example, like there's one number that I'm fascinated with, right? Single motherhood in the black community was about 28% in 1945. Okay? Now it's around 65 to 70%. Why? Are we more
It's
racist
high.
than we were in 1945?
No.
Okay. So then what happened?
The war on drugs.
Okay,
the
fair
war
enough.
on drugs. The demolishing the nuclear family in a sense.
Right,
And
we
I
agree.
believe due to the history that's happened, racism is still very prevalent in a lot of this a lot of the systems that are in America, correct?
Yeah. So no, of course not. But I was actually caught by your shirt. You know, Malcolm X was super pro-life.
Yes.
I think Malcolm X could teach a lot of the black movement something, because it more so than Martin Luther King, because Malcolm X, I'm getting there. Malcolm X, some people don't describe him correctly as being violent, right? That was a very small part of his literature. He was very big on trying to get black America to succeed despite the white liberal.
Yes.
And
Not the white liberal.
He did say white liberal. Oh, you go look up the Malcolm X white liberal quote. And so I think that's interesting. Just think about it. Go look up Malcolm X warned against white liberals owning black America for their own gain, which is exactly what BLM is.
Okay, so back to my initial point. Back to my initial point. You don't believe that my truth can be different than yours, specifically
No,
based on race.
experiences can be different, but there is always a truth. I'll give
There's
you an
always
example. We all
facts.
might have 5 different opinions of a car crash, right? But eventually a truth will be revealed of what really happened. Does that make sense?
So you believe that your truth is the truth that you have found yourself is the ultimate truth.
I would hope so, yeah. And I'm willing to learn.
Because I feel like he has the facts. You are basing things off of ancestors.
Experience.
Yeah.
Think about like the 1960s and 70s militarization of the police, the shift in the police.
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally very pro-police. What about the military? I mean, the
What?
question is what came first, and I honestly don't know the answer. Was it the rise in crime, or was it the police that went into the inner
If you knew what
community?
you were talking about, you would know the answer.
It's not so clear. Because there was a massive crime wave in the early 1970s in New York, where a lot of New Yorkers demanded more police with heavier weaponry and the ability to enforce the law.
And post-militarization of the police, crime went up.
And then it went down in the 80s.
Correlate that
Violent crime
idea.
went down
Well,
big
let's talk
time.
about the 10 years that right after. What happened there? What do you think happened?
So you're drawing a correlation between police officers being militarized and more people committing crimes.
Over militarization of the police, yes. Is
Why?
Not exactly more people committing crimes, more people being arrested for crimes
Okay.
and put into jail over
Okay.
minor
Yeah, I mean,
crimes.
I can't disagree with that.
The prison system. I mean, we account for.
Yeah, I mean, why do people go to prison, right? Because they commit crimes. So.
To commit crime. That's why people go to prison.
Right.